Okay, this is your 1 minute Q&A warm-up for your mock. 1 minute. Ready? At 2:25. Now, is it just a standard 1971 Chevy van?
It was until it was customized.
And when did you have that done to it?
I didn't. When I bought it, it was like this.
And who put the curtains on the back windows?
It was like that when I purchased it.
But it does have curtains on the back windows?
Yes, ma'am.
What do those curtains look like?
Well, really, I wouldn't call them curtains. It is just pieces of some type of material that someone had hung up at one time.
And it is a panel van. Are there no windows on either side?
Oh, no, ma'am. These windows all around that van except on one side. One side is completely exposed by windows. The front windows, back windows. It has a sliding door that's got a window halfway down the side.
Are the windows all the way around or around one side only?
One side.
Windows around one side and no windows on the other side. Is that your testimony?
That's true.
Now, how do you get into the van?
Through the front door or open the back doors.
I think you said you had sliding doors?
A sliding door.
A sliding door.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not too familiar with vans. Is that a back door to it?
No, ma'am. It is a side door that at one time would open.
Okay, and on your 225 Q&A, you have Samuel Frank Davis, West Circle Drive, Highway Transport, G.C. Murphy's, F.W. Woolworth, Mr. Stone, Jane Howard, and Jane. This is your 225 Q&A mock for 5 minutes. Ready? State your full name, please, sir.
Samuel Frank Davis.
Have you gone by or been known by any other name?
No, sir. That's the only name I have.
You are the plaintiff in this lawsuit. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
What is your present marital status?
I am married.
Where are you living now?
My address is 730 West Circle Drive.
Where are you employed?
I am a truck driver for Highway Transport.
How long have you been working for them?
Just since last April.
What kind of work did you do before April?
I was a self-employed paint contractor.
Before this incident took place in G.C. Murphy's store, had you consumed any alcohol?
I drank 2 cans of beer.
Where did you drink those 2 cans of beer?
In my car on the way out there.
Who was with you in the car?
My wife was with me.
Who was driving the car?
I was.
Did you have any other alcoholic beverages during the 12 hours preceding this incident?
None whatsoever.
What time of day was this?
I don't remember, but it was about 30 or 40 minutes before this happened. I had the beer.
What time of day did this happen?
I think it was pretty close to closing time. I know we didn't have but a very short time to shop when we went out there.
What was your purchase in going out to the shopping center that day?
To buy my baby some toys.
Where did you intend to shop?
My wife wanted to shop in G.C. Murphy's and I didn't want to shop in there.
Where did you want to shop?
At F.W. Woolworth. It was cheaper there.
After you parked your car in the lot, tell us what happened.
We walked into the store.
And then what happened after that?
We were over there looking at some toys. And I told my wife I didn't want to shop in there.
Tell us the next thing that happened.
Well, Mr. Stone tapped me on the shoulder and told me I would have to leave the store.
Did you do as he requested?
I got my wife and started through the store. When I was almost to the door, he attacked me from behind.
You say you got your wife?
Yes, sir. She had her arm through mine as we were walking through the store.
Who did you say attacked you?
Mr. Stone did.
Was he by himself?
Yes, sir. And then he called for help. The next thing I know, there were 4 of them on the floor, and he was sitting there beating me in the face.
Who was beating you in the face?
Mr. Stone was.
Who were the other 2 individuals?
I don't know who they were. They worked for the store is all I know.
What did they do?
They held me on the floor while the man beat me in the face.
What happened next?
Somebody called the police, and they came out there and picked me up off the floor.
The police picked you up?
Yes, sir, they did.
Then what happened?
They carried me down to the jail.
Where was your wife during this time?
She was standing right there looking at it.
Was she saying anything?
Not that I can remember. The only thing I remember her asking me for were the car keys.
Did you give her the car keys?
She got them out the pocket. I couldn't get my hands to the pocket.
Did she say anything to the police officers?
Not that I know of.
Who were the police officers?
I don't know who they were.
What did you tell them?
I told them what happened, but it didn't do any good. They still carried me to jail.
Where were you when Mr. Stone attacked you from behind?
I was about 5 feet from the front door, 5 to 10 feet. I was almost out of the store.
Where were you when Mr. Stone first tapped you on the shoulder?
Back about middle ways of the store,
What section would that be?
where they have the toys.
Were there other employees around there? Any other individuals?
I didn't see anybody.
Where was your wife when Mr. Stone tapped you on the shoulder?
Standing right there by me. She was looking at the toys, and we were arguing about whether we were going to buy something.
Were you arguing in a loud voice?
I don't think so. My voice is naturally loud anyway.
Were you using any profanity?
No, I wasn't.
You never used any profanity the entire time you were in the store?
I never used any profanity. The only thing I told him was to take his damn hands off of me.
Is that when he tapped you on the shoulder?
No, when he had me on the floor.
Did you ever use any profanity other than that?
No, sir.
Did you see any other witnesses around?
I have a witness that went out there with us and saw it all.
What is the name of the witness you are referring to?
Her name is Jane Howard,
Where was she during this period of time?
walking right along behind us when it all happened.
Where was she when Mr. Stone first came up and tapped you on the shoulder?
She was right down the aisle from us.
About how many feet, do you know?
I would say 4 or 5 feet.
What brought Mr. Stone's attention to you?
I don't know, unless one of the clerks told him we were arguing.
You were arguing pretty loudly with your wife?
I know my voice carries a lot, but we were just arguing about buying the toy. I just didn't want to trade in that store.
Did you grab hold of your wife and try to get her out of the store?
She walked off down the aisle when he tapped me on the shoulder.
Do you know how Jane Howard got to the store?
She rode over there with us.
What was she going to do in the store?
She was more or less just shopping. I don't know what she was going to buy.
Did Jane have anything to drink that evening or that day?
Well, all 3 of us had 2 cans of beer.
2 cans of beer apiece on the way over there?
That's right.
Did any of you have anything to drink before you left?
We stopped and got a 6-pack of beer. Each one of us drank 2 beers.
Did any of you carry any beer into the store with you?
I had an empty can.